Commissioner Wilson,
Present.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry,
Present, thank you.
Commissioner Clemente,
Here.
Commissioner Dobb,
Here.
Chair Garza.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you. Next item, please.
B, Chair's remarks.
I have none.
C, approval of the July 9th, 2025 meeting minutes.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Clemente, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. All those in favor, please, by saying yes.
Yes.
All opposed? Thank you.
Motion carried.
All right, next item, please.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
All right, next item, please.
Moving to item 1 under new business, forwarding a report on the operations and activities of the Violent Crimes Joint Task Force for the period of June 28, 2019 through June 30, 2025.
All right, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Just one question, through the chair. Is it customary for us to have so many years at one time, or what's the cadence? Because I noticed in the report, some were for the year ending, some had several months. So is there a cadence of reporting that we should be looking for going forward? And can I expect to see, this is like, what, 6 years? I can expect to see so many at a time.
Sure, maybe we can get an answer for that.
Through the chair, they were just catching up from previous years.
So going forward, we should.
Correct.
So,
You're welcome.
Thank you for that answer.
Also,
yeah,
Here, so
yeah,
most
Felicia.
reporting is annual, like on a yearly. So we assume, like Mary said, that they're just catching up because they hadn't been submitting them.
Okay.
Joe.
through the chair, I'm Joe Slazak, policy analyst. For this particular report, I know the last time we received it, it was going back to, I think it's 2019. For this particular one, they just keep adding 1 year on, but they have the full set going through. So for this one,
Commissioner Dobb.
And is that so we can compare?
I presume.
Okay, I do like that if they can just keep the
Adding
previous
the year.
year so that we can
Sure.
get back. Thank you.
Got it. Thank you. Any other questions, commissioners, on this item? All right. Seeing none, we need a motion for this one.
You can either do all one together or separate. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, we'll take number 2 next then.
Item 2, forwarding report on the investigations and results of the Wayne County Sexual Assault Kit Task Force for the 2022-23 and 2023-24 fiscal years.
All right. Is there any questions from commissioners on item 2? Yes, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Through the chair, no questions, just a comment around, it feels, we know we've seen in the media around the cases, so it feels good to see that these cases are being completed,
Yes.
with over 5,500 completed thus far. Just wanted to give a shout out to the prosecutor's office for continuing to do a yeoman's job in the space.
Yeah, absolutely. They do a great job, and it's definitely it's a great thing that we have this reporting as part of our rules and ordinance. So this is a great thing for us to see and to continue the work. Tony, did you have any comments on this?
Thank you, through the chair. Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy. I just wanted to mention, as to this particular item on the sexual assault task, we issue a monthly report, and that monthly report is sent to the chair of the commission and to some other commissioners who have requested it. If you'd like to have one, please let me know and I will arrange for that. But we do it every month.
Thank you. Joe, did you have something?
Yeah, Joe Slazak, policy analyst. This particular report is actually catching up for an old budget language instruction. So it actually is a few months old. The current one, which Tony sent, that has to deal with one of the receiving files, with the receiving file for number 5. I did send the current one to all of you. I emailed it to you the other day, so you all have the current report.
May I, through the chair?
Yes.
One other point that's probably salient here is the fact that once the rape kits have been tested and analyzed, Then the work becomes tracking down the offender and actually prosecuting the offender to bring the case forward. Kim has uncovered over 800 serial rapists as a result of testing these kits. And it's also, for the benefit of those who are not familiar, it is a national model now. This is not just a Detroit or Wayne County problem. This is a great problem across the entire United States. And I'm happy to say on behalf of Kim that she put together such a package that it's been adopted all across the country.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Commissioner Clementi.
I believe this was said at full board, but we also had someone from the county go and speak at the National Association of Counties regarding this, which I think you saying that it's a national model, other commissioners hearing about it and what we're doing in Wayne County is quite a spotlight. So we really appreciate what
Thank you
the
for that, Commissioner.
prosecutor's doing. So thank you.
It's fantastic. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Just to piggyback on Commissioner Clemente, and also Tony, I think it's important that we tell our story, right? Because we know that it's not always positive in terms of the ways that we, operate as a county, even city. But I think it's important when we have these wins that people understand what it is that we're doing and what it took for us to get to this space. So, I know there's a couple more items about social media and things of that nature, but this is definitely something that I think we need to say more.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Excellent. Any other comments from commissioners on this item? All right, Tony, thank you again. We appreciate this work, and I know that the survivors as well definitely appreciate the work you all are doing on this, and it's been a great model for the country. So thank you all.
We have to give all the credit to Prosecutor Worthy.
Yes,
She's
absolutely,
amazing.
100%.
And if you don't mind, Commissioner, I'm going to stay here.
Absolutely. It looks like you have a few
items.
We'll go on to the next item.
Item 3, forwarding report on county-owned vehicles under the prosecutor's office authority that are being taken home, the reasons why, and where they're being taken to.
This is a customary report for Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. We do get this regularly as well. Is there any questions from commissioners on this one? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
I just noticed that there were no Detroit vehicles. Is that in the county? I just didn't see any on this report, but maybe that's just not the case for this one.
Like going home into
Yeah, I
the
saw
Detroit
that.
address?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. All right. What we'll do is let's take items 1, 2, and 3 for a vote, and then we'll move on to 4, if that's okay.
Yep. So we need a motion for items 1, 2, and 3 for receive and file.
Yes.
To receive and file.
Support.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Wilson, for receive and file. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Motion for receive and file is carried for items 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We can go on to the next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a cooperative purchase order with Sahai Computer Products to purchase 400 laptop computers and accessories for the prosecutor's office.
Excellent. All right, Tony, you have the floor.
Good morning again. Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations for the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. This is a very important procurement at this point in time. The prosecutor's office is completely paperless. We were required to become paperless before we moved into the new Criminal Justice Center. All of the files that were hard copies have now been digitized so that the entire database for our assistant prosecutors is digital. The laptops that we have are unable to keep up with the newest technology so that our prosecutors can use them in prosecuting cases right in the courtroom. In fact, there is a purchase order being put together right now to handle upgrades actually in the courtrooms so that they will seamlessly operate together with these laptops. I can tell you from my own observation, we've had laptops, the old laptops actually just destroyed by the amount of data. So these are set up to handle the most current data, the interface that needs to be done between the in-courtroom, I hate to use the term audio-visual, but that's really what it is. Here, coming back to this item, the purchase is $935,000, not to exceed. We have the money already set aside for these. We have put together everything for procurement to approve, and that's how it became here. I really don't have anything else to say other than we
Sure.
need to get there and we need to continue to be paperless. It's working very well. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thanks, Tony. I have a couple questions. The digitization of your files, how long did that process take for?
Frankly, we were the only ones that had done it throughout the county, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of smiling because it was a 1.5 year project, and then it was even after, there's still more that we got from the Vigliotti building that need to be digitized. So the short answer to the question is, it was about a 1.5 years to
Okay,
get the ones scanned that we had in the office at Frank Murphy.
right. Wow. That's a great job on that. My second question is the old technology that's being replaced. What are happening with those laptops? How old are they? And kind of, can you explain the process on that?
Some of those laptops are as old as 6 to 10 years.
Hmm.
It's
Yes.
our intention, they're not saleable,
Yeah.
but our intention is to recycle them. They've made arrangements so that we
Okay.
don't want them winding up in a landfill. We don't want them contaminating anybody's yard or what have you anywhere in Wayne County. But my understanding is the process is to dispose of them in a proper,
Got it.
I don't want to say economical, but actually in a proper environmental
Sure.
method.
Excellent. Commissioners, any questions? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
I did have one question, Tony. Is there a buyback program with this organization where after a certain period of time, and I'm glad you asked about what we were going to do with the older ones, because sometimes those get donated in spaces, but
Right.
is there a buyback program where after so many years or an upgrade, maybe I'll say an upgrade program because buying them back, they'll be out of date, but the ability to upgrade through this company once the purchase is made?
I'm not aware of a buyback program with that particular company. However, I do know that these are being placed on, for want of a better term, on a list so that they're checked to see when
Okay.
they've reached the end of their useful
Mhm.
life and so on. There's also a warranty on these 400 laptops so that if something goes wrong with them, the warranty kicks in and they'll take care of them at CI Computers.
Okay. And I know that they're outdated, but oftentimes with our seniors, there's very basic computer needs that they have. So that might be something to think about too, just making sure that, they may end up with some of our seniors in our facilities.
Yes, the hard drives and some other components can be switched out so that they become useful. I'd like to see them go to a school, frankly, but I don't get a vote.
Any additional questions by commissioners? All right, I'll take a motion on this item.
Support.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Wilson, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to the fiscal year 2022 Sexual Assault Kit Initiative Grant Agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance.
Excellent. I understand it's an extension, Tony.
This is frankly, it's an extension. There's no additional monies. The amount remains at 1,500,000. This extends the term of the agreement from notice October 1 of 2022 through September 30th of 2026. The grant originated back in 2022. This will cover the cost of 7 full-time detectives to work on these sexual assault kits.
Excellent. Any questions from commissioners on this item? All right, we can take the next item as well.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 2-year grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance for the fiscal year 2023, upholding the rule of law and preventing wrongful convictions program grant award.
Right, Tony?
Likewise, this is merely an extension. There's no change in the dollar amount. It's just under 600,000. It's $599,988. There's no county match required, and this will carry us forward for 1 year from October 1 of 2023 through September 30th of 2026.
Excellent. We love seeing grants without county match.
Well, this one also covers the cost of 2 prosecuting attorneys and some other upgrades. So it's a very important one. And
Absolutely.
yes, we all like to see what I hate to say, free money, but I think the committee and the commission is well aware that Prosecutor Worthy leaves no stone unturned when it comes to grants.
She goes after all of them, that's for sure. Any comments or questions from commissioners? Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Chair Garza. There was a report yesterday, I think, in the news media about an individual who was wrongfully convicted, and he's suing the county for $100 million. I think you're probably aware of that story. He was
I've got 24 of them on.
So my question is that this is the money that we sort of need for the system to kind of offset or represent us in case we get individuals like this?
No,
Is
this is a completely.
Okay, so when you say wrongful, rule of law and preventing wrongful convictions program grant, can you kind of expound upon that, please?
Prosecutor's office has a conviction integrity unit that was created by Prosecutor Worthy.
Okay,
That conviction integrity unit was created a number of years ago, and it was one of the first in the country. The work of that particular entity has been to exonerate persons who were wrongfully convicted. With the passage of time from, let's use the sexual assault kits as an example, from 2009 to now, there is now DNA available to be analyzed. There are things that were not present at the time that many of these persons were incarcerated. Excuse me. The conviction integrity unit has exonerated, gosh, I think we're up to about 60 by now.
okay. So this is, let me just interject quickly. This is specifically for the rape kits, sexual, that type of, it's not for anything outside of that, is what you're saying?
No, sir, you're absolutely correct.
This is specific and exclusive to the sexual assault kit initiative.
Well, through the chair, I do have another comment, and
Okay.
that is our conviction integrity unit has exonerated, like I said, about 60 that I recall at this time. But once they're exonerated, what usually happens is they thank us by filing a civil rights lawsuit against us.
Oh, boy.
And you should be aware that there is a Wrongful Incarceration Act, which is the State of Michigan Act. It provides for compensation of $50,000 per year of incarceration. So if someone's in jail for 10 years, they've got $500,000 coming in state funds. Unfortunately, they still decide that they want to sue us. And I have to say, Corp Counsel's office has done a great job in defending these lawsuits. I'm generally involved in obtaining information for them and so on, but, you know, we're going to keep digging, according to Prosecutor Worthy, we'll keep digging until we get to the truth. And those who should be exonerated will be exonerated.
Okay, so I appreciate that. So just quickly, I don't want to conflate the circumstances here. So I'm looking at the sexual assault kit, the grants, and then we're looking, okay, separate grants. And then the other one, the individual that I saw on television yesterday, and I guess I see a lot of them lately, that they were allegedly wrongfully convicted, they're released, and then they sue the county.
The difference here on this particular item is the fact that this grant goes towards preventing wrongful convictions versus discovering wrongful conversion.
That's a good distinguishment. Okay. Thank you, sir. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, of course. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Just one question, Tony. I know this grant went to employ 2 assistant prosecutors. Is that temporary, or when the grant dollars run out, are those individuals absorbed, or
We're hoping so.
we're hoping that they're absorbed into the system?
There's no guarantee. When the grant funds run out, I mean, if we don't have a way to bring those assistant prosecutors into the fold,
Mhm.
so to speak, then we have a problem.
So
But
they're very much aware that could be a temporary position.
oh, yeah, I
Okay.
can assure you that we have a lot of interest in working on this. So
Mhm. Okay.
I don't think we're going to have a problem. We've still got a number of openings. So if the grant did dry up tomorrow, I'm pretty sure that the prosecutor would be able to find a place
Okay.
for those 2 individuals.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Any additional questions from commissioners? All right. I will take item 5 and 6 together. I can have a motion, please.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
All right. We have a motion by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, supported by Commissioner Wilson. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5 and 6.
Thank you very much. I
Thank
feel
you.
like I've been monopolizing your time.
Me too, Tony.
That's okay. All right, we'll take the. No, I think he's all set. All right, we'll take the next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of State Police Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division for the fiscal year 2024 Homeland Security Grant Program Operation Stowe Garden Grant.
All right, do we have someone from the department online for this one?
Yes, good morning, everyone. This is Ahmad Nasser, Finance Manager of Homeland Security Emergency Management Department. This is the Stone Garden Grant. We just approved last week the 2023 fiscal year, and this week we're requesting your approval for the 2024. And this is to protect the maritime border between the U.S. and Canada for the 13 community bordering Canada within Wayne County.
Okay, there's no county match to this one, correct?
No, not at all.
Okay,
It only covered the overtime hours for all the police officers involved in this grant.
okay. Any questions from commissioners? Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Of course. I do have one question. I noticed that some counties weren't some cities weren't participating based on manpower. Is that the issue with Flat Rock as well? Because I noticed that as we're talking about I-75 and trafficking, that Flat Rock is on that beltway.
Yeah, Flat Rock is included in the operation guide, and they are participating in this fiscal year.
Oh, okay.
That amount is mentioned on the ops order.
Okay. I read somewhere that they weren't participating. Okay.
The question that was sent by the commissioner agents, that Flat Rock is included, and I sent them the ops order clarifying that Flat Rock is participating.
They are participating. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, any additional questions on this item? All right, well, I will take a motion for this item.
So moved.
Support.
Right, we have a motion by Commissioner Clementi, supported by Commissioner Dobb. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We'll take the next item.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a 5-month memorandum of understanding with the Michigan Department of Attorney General to provide executive protection detail services for Attorney General Dana Nessel at her residence.
All right. We will first allow the Sheriff's Department to talk about this, and then we will move on to our Commission Council as well to offer some feedback on this.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Benita Terry, Wayne County Sheriff's Office, Chief of Administration. What you have before you this morning is a request to approve an MOU with the Attorney General Nessel's office for executive protection. We performed this protection for her from last year, September through February of this year. So now this is a retro contract, revenue contract that has ended, and we're asking for your approval so we can invoice her office to get payment for our services.
Okay. I will allow our Commission Council to speak on this item.
Through the chair to this honorable body, as was just indicated, this agreement before you is retroactive. It began October 1 of last year, and it ended actually February of 2025. So it's completely done. It was done without an agreement in place, which is a violation of the charter. But prior to this agreement, there was another agreement that began October 1 of 23 and ran from September of 24 that also the sheriff's office provided services under, but there was no agreement for that one either. Now, just as a little history, the sheriff's office has been doing this, you know, the year for a few
Since
years?
2022, I believe.
Okay, so since 2022. And so that original agreement did come to this body for approval. It's not clear why, when that agreement expired, it was commission for approval for the October 2023 through September of 24. So there was no agreement for that time period. The sheriff's office invoiced the AG for that time period. The county received payment for that time period, and that payment was accepted by the county, again, without any agreement in place for those actual services. So in addition to what you have before you now, which again was already done with no agreement, but has not been invoiced at this point, the prior year was done without an agreement and has been invoiced. So the questions become from a control perspective. One, how did it happen that no agreement, even if it was late, came to the commission for approval? More importantly, how did you invoice for services that you were performing, but you had no contract? And then when the payment came into the county, how did accounts payable accept that payment without any questions? And where is that money housed right now? So there are a lot of questions, not only for the sheriff's office. I also think from an M&B perspective, when you receive payment, but there's no documentation saying you're supposed to get the payment, what did M&B do with that money, and why wasn't it addressed at that point either? So I think from the sheriff's perspective, there are some concerns, and also from an M&B perspective, there are some concerns with regards to this and the controls in place in the county on both sides that allowed this to happen.
Sure. Thank you, Council. One thing I will bring up, and the council mentioned this, and I'll let the sheriff's office respond in a second, but Section 120-50A of our charter prohibits payment or performance on a contract prior to commission approval. And in this period of October 1 through February 28th, where these services were rendered, is a violation of that portion of it. So I want to hear from the sheriff's department, but I do think there's several issues with how this came about and how we're seeing it here today.
Okay, ready for me to speak. So unfortunately, I did inherit this. So last year, October, November, I was contacted by the AG's office because at that time they discovered there was no contract in place. Unfortunately, we did not discover that. I've had staff that has moved on, left our office, and it's just been a transfer of responsibilities that were not performed. So at that time, When I did my investigation, I found there was no contract in place. Yes, we had still been providing the services. We were invoicing. I don't know the steps that are in place once you send your invoice details over to M&B AR. If they should always refer to a contract, I don't know. But it was done. It was processed. We received payment. We are shy of $9,000 from that contract year. And when I went to create the contract, sent it to the AG office to cover the period that we performed services and they paid us for, it was initially signed off on by their office. And then their legal came back, their procurement office, and said, we will not sign a contract for that period of time you've been paid for. Let's move on and initiate a new contract for this current fiscal year. And that's what happened. So we've been working since last year on this back and forth between their office, our office, just with the language. And now we're finally before you. I do understand it looks bad on the sheriff's office behalf, but you know, it happened. I can't change actually what happened. But going forward, I have asked my finance team to ensure that when they send billings over, that they always have a copy of the contract attached to it, the resolution.
Okay, questions from commissioners? Did you have something? Commissioner.
Okay. I'll start.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
It's unfortunate, Miss Terry, that you inherited this. I know how that can be sometimes. Us moving forward, you know, providing services without a contract is just a bad look. It's a bad look on us. And as, you know, doing your due diligence in this space, I mean, even the outstanding amount that's disputable, and I don't know, is it disputable or almost 10 grand, but they're saying, we'll pay you for this portion absent a contract. However, this part is in dispute. It's not that it's disputable. It's just that we wanted to get this contract approved before we move forward with any other payment.
No, I mean, the outstanding part that they didn't pay.
No, they're willing to still remit that payment.
That
Yes,
9,000?
Yes.
Commissioner Wilson, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Garza. I'm probably a layman in this category, but just from my own personal perspective, how $106,250. This is the sheriff's office protecting Dana Nessel, who's she's statewide
Attorney General.
individual, right?
Yes.
So
Why did her?
what happened to the state police? And why did the county? I'm just sort of perplexed, I guess, because
I'm
if
actually
she's
not sure.
statewide, why is the Wayne County representing her and then charging $106,000 back to us? I mean, that's do you represent the governor?
No, we're charging them for
Okay, I'm sorry.
individuals because they provide services to her.
Okay,
Executive
they're providing services to protect Dana Nessel.
Dana Nessel.
Since we protected her, they want
From
their money.
6 p.m. in the evening to 6 a.m., 12 hours for our deputies
Okay,
to protect her.
right.
I don't know why she didn't use her state.
Uh,
I think they're used during the day, her EPU, but
Yes,
during the night hours, our sheriff's office was out protecting. And I'm
Right.
not sure it's actually how this came about, where the connection was, but we've been providing this service since 2022.
2022. Okay, so again, being a statewide official,
Mhm.
do we do the same thing for Gilchrist or
Only
Governor
if they would have
Whitmer? Or
asked, but they
So
never
if
requested
all
our
of-
services.
so if all these state, local, high-ranking officials ask, then we
It
engage in protection with, and obviously in this case, without a contract.
Well, it was a contract in place. The contract that did not get submitted, again, I had staff that
There was
left. our
contract in
office.
place, but it was not
There was
submitted.
a contract initially, but the second portion, the extension, was not submitted to the office, and we operated still as norm without having that in place.
All right, Commissioner Clemente.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
So
Commissioner.
just to be clear, there was a contract, but then it expired.
Yes.
And it never was renewed or brought before us. Dana Nessa lives in the county, so when an elected official reaches out, that can happen. So,
Mm.
why, and I I don't want to harp on this, but retro contracts and doing things is, makes us all look bad. Why did it take till July for this to get to us? And I know you said you've been doing, but was there any other way to even before now come to us and let us know what was going on? And maybe I'm off base, but,
Yes. So I believe our office submitted this, what was received before? It was submitted a little earlier.
there's been back and forth going on
There's been
about
back
what
and
you're
forth. I have
finding
a
out
chain
what's
of
going on.
emails between our office,
Okay.
AG's office. It's been a
It's been
very,
a headache. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I just wanted to make sure that things were happening and we were looking at this. It was just taking a long
once
time to.
it was brought to my attention that there was no, and it really, yes, our office looks very bad for this. Because I hate that the AG office had to come to us, but again, we both look bad because they paid us with no contract and we provided services with no contract. So we both
Yeah.
really didn't do our due diligence, but once I located this, we start working on it.
The other thing is that AG's legal said, no, we're not going to. That's the other thing that kind of bothers me because now we're in a position that we might have to approve this. So, thank you.
Commission Counsel, did you have any?
Well, through the chair, what you're approving is just from October of 24 through February of 25. There is a written agreement for that. The year where there was no agreement, it's been paid, there's nothing to submit for approval. It happened. So you're not approving that portion.
Yeah. All right. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, did you have?
Thank you for that, Council, because that was my question too. So we're approving for services that did happen where there was a contract.
Or that you're about to approve a contract for
For the service.
retroactively, yes.
So services happen.
Yeah.
What's the impact of not approving?
Well, at this point, the county wants to receive the funds because the deputies were paid for their time, right, for performing the work. So we want to be paid and we want to receive those funds in. So it would be recommended to actually approve it so that the county can receive the funds for the services that we rendered and maybe just ensure, and I think Vanita has done that to say that she's tried to put steps in place. You know, if you're not satisfied with that response, you could potentially have the auditor maybe look at this. It's probably also important to get some type of response from M&B accounts receivable and payable to understand how is it when you receive an invoice, what's the process to determine the basis for the invoice? Like, do they check to see if there's a contract? Like, and where does the funds go if you have no contract or anything directing you? So we probably would like some type of response for them to ensure that, to understand that process. And I don't know if that's an audit or just a written response from accounts payable and M&B at this point. or
Thank you.
receivable.
Commissioner Dobb.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was going to ask, have we found out where the funds have gone, or Marcy, or do we need to look into that?
They were deposited within the sheriff's office business units, within our revenue.
Oh, okay.
Marcy Corr, Auditor General. Our office could do a quick review of it, looking from the beginning when the funds came in and what controls were not in place that allowed this to happen. It'd be
Okay.
like a quick hitter, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Especially since we didn't have all of it.
Yeah,
But-
and I think in asking MMB as well, just to see how this happened in the process. that
Because
would be-
that's primary where the lack of controls were, to receive funds and
Sure.
without anything in place.
Sure, thank you. That'll be great. All right, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry, did you have something else? Okay, excellent. Okay, Commissioner Wilson.
I got a final inquiry. Thank you, Chair Garza. The $106,250, not to exceed. So how do we get to that number? 106,
So
250, not
that
to
number is
exceed.
derived from the time and the actual wages for if we have a lieutenant out or just a corporal, sergeant. It's based on their salary.
Oh,
and the
this is
time
the
spent.
salary.
Yes.
Salary, okay, for those individuals. Okay, thank you.
All right, any additional comments, questions from commissioners? Anything additional from council? Anyone else? All right, thank you. I will go ahead and take a motion on this item.
Do it. Motion to approve.
Support.
All right. I have a motion by Commissioner Dobbs, supported by Commissioner Clementi. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Reluctant.
All those opposed?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Motion carries.
I'll do it. That's an
Thank
original.
you, commissioners. Thank you. Thank you, commissioners.
Like Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. All right, next item, please.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I'm not aware of any. Next item.
G, public comments.
All right, now it's time for public comment for the committee. Is there anyone on Zoom who would like to make public comment to the committee on public safety, judiciary, and homeland security? You can be unmuted now to make those comments. Are there any emails that have been received for the committee?
No emails have been received.
Okay. Is there anyone in the chamber that would like to make public comment to the committee today? All right, seeing none, we will allow one more opportunity for any modes of public comment to make their public comments this time. All right, hearing, seeing none, public comment is closed. Next item, please.
Adjournment.
All right. It's been moved and supported. We are adjourned.